On the hottest day of the year so far, how a Good Samaritan found out and alerted police.
And the Beltway bottleneck.
Are they going to take our house? Are they going to take the backyard?
One potential solution has some concern in Virginia. The express lanes extension discussion gets very heated.
Now, ABC 7 News at 11 on your side.
Two tornadoes, man, in this same storm that we're tracking here. Back to the left, back to the left.
It's the last thing you want to see drop from the clouds. Look at that, not one, but two. A stunning start to tornado outbreak this afternoon.
One supercell dropping those two tornadoes at once, and that was after another tornado from the same storm threatened that area.
For a second time in just 4 days, a major tornado outbreak hitting the southern plains. And there are damage reports to tell you about.
And even more concerning is what happens now that it's dark. The possibility of more tornadoes, and there's also flooding that's happening right now.
Storm Watch 7 Chief Meteorologist Bill Kelly now with an eye out to the west as storms here are clearing out. Bill?
Yeah, ours are moving out. It now turns into another part of the storm, which is just remarkable. You mentioned the flooding. Well, many areas are dealing with that tonight. This video out of Ponca City, Oklahoma. What's particularly scary is that you associate this as well. When you add it with the tornadoes that are out there, it makes your underground shelters potential traps. I mean, think about it. You have all this flooded area. Most people don't have basements. You get a tornado siren, you got to go into your storm shelter, but your storm shelter is now covered underwater. It's pretty amazing. In fact, if you go over to our maps here, I want to show you what we're looking at around the region. It is still raining very heavily, strong to severe storms in this part of the country, but look at the rainfall. This is just today. Widespread areas, 3, 4, 5 inches of rainfall, if not more in spots. And so there are not only flood advisories out and flood watches, but flash flood warnings in effect for almost 400 miles cutting through Oklahoma. That is going to be up until 10:15. And then in terms of the severe weather alerts, there are still tornado watches that are in effect here. And this is a brand new map. It just updated. They have lifted the tornado watch box from the Oklahoma City area. That's within the last 30 seconds. It was just on there. They're keeping it down in parts of Texas where that high risk is still around tonight. So this is still where it's very active this evening, very strong winds and very large hail. We've had some hail reports up to 4 inches, large grapefruit size. We're going to talk more about that, and I have an amazing picture to show you coming up in just a bit. For us locally, out the door tomorrow morning, a totally different story. You walked out this morning, it was humid and 73 degrees. Tomorrow in D.C., we're looking at the 50s. Major change. How long this will last and our next weather maker still ahead. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Bill, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks. You know, it's 2.5 mile gap between the end of the Beltway Express lanes and the American Legion Bridge. Well, now VDOT is considering closing that gap because this happens every rush hour. The lanes compress. It slows everything down, bottlenecks it. And while a faster commute is what we all want, Heather Graff reports that some Beltway neighbors now are concerned that it'll come at their expense.
It's really important.
Just outside this Monday night public meeting.
How are you doing?
We found Deborah Butler making her case to anyone who would listen.
They're taking parts of 3 parks, bridges. It's not a well thought out process.
She's part of a group called Citizens Against Beltway Expansion.
No, 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 no.
And through these doors, the proposal now on the table would extend Virginia's variable toll express lanes by about 3 miles north from the Dulles Toll Road to the American Legion Bridge.
We know that the segment of the Beltway between Tyson's and the American Legion Bridge is the most congested interstate segment in the entire Washington metropolitan region. So we're looking for what can we do to improve it.
VDOT feels the timing is right, with Maryland now looking to add toll lanes on its side of the Beltway.
One of the goals is moving more people.
While many in this room want Virginia to wait until Maryland's plan moves forward.
We don't know where this goes. Are they going to take our house? Are they going to take the backyard? What kind of disturbance are we going to have during the construction?
On Monday, Virginia transportation officials tried to reassure homeowners about the project's impact.
We anticipate right now no relocations of any commercial or residential properties.
But the mere possibility of having toll lanes on the entire length of the Beltway.
Do you need to know more about the hot lanes?
Is something Deborah says she just can't support.
And this is why we need to fight against it.